Okay, I'm back. Let's check out the brass. It's been about 30 minutes. Keeping back doing some other stuff with the wifey poop. Take a peek at the brass. It's looking pretty good. There's no lubricant on it. Okay, so the next step we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to separate the case from the media. And what we're going to do is pull in another piece of equipment. This piece of equipment here is actually it's the Dillon case media separator. I've seen it before, and when I physically, in magazines and stuff like that, in the Dillon catalog and blah blah blah. But when I physically saw it, physically put my hands on it, I fell in love with it immediately. Immediately, I knew I had to have it. It's the beefiest case media separator that I've seen. The jug, give or take, you could probably put it in anything. I'm thinking about even making a smaller one or modifying it. You could actually get another one of these. I'm sure it's pretty cheap, and put it over. So, some people are finicky about the dust and stuff like that, but I usually do it outdoors, and I make sure that the wind is blowing away from me, so I'm fine. Once again, this is one of the beefiest separators that I've seen, and it's really, really heavy duty. Another really nice thing about the Dillon media separator here, I don't know if you can see it, but there's actually a notch here, and on this bracket there's a hole that this pin goes into. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but there's a pin right here, and there's a hole right there. And what happens is, when you put it in there, it won't rotate. But then when you do want to rotate it, pull it out, and it rotates nicely. And that's pretty cool. Good little concept there. Anyways, let's get this going. Pour this puppy in there. Alrighty. Okay, once again, there's 750 pieces of processed brass here. So we already trimmed it, pushed the shoulder back, deprimed it, and now the lubricant is gone. So now it's getting ready to go to the swager right now. So close this puppy. Let me also say that this thing cleans really, really, really fast. If you guys are processing any amount of brass in mass quantities, and you do not have a case media separator, you need to pick one up. There's no question about it. It's just so fast. It would take me so long before to do it by hand, whereas with this, it just takes a couple of turns. If I have like a 45 or pistol brass, 45, 10 millimeter, even 357, a couple of turns, like maybe even 5 or 6 turns, it's completely clean. Just immaculately clean. Anything with neck cases, probably 10 turns would be more than enough to get everything clean. But being a little anal that I am, I'll usually go 10 one way, 10 the other, 5 one way, 5 the other, and that's it. And you're going to see that it's really clean. It makes a little bit of noise. It ain't too bad. Like I said, I'm outdoors. And it kicks up a little bit of dust, but once again, like I said, the wind's blowing against me or away from me, so I'm not inhaling it. And I have a brain. If you feel it coming towards you, just hold your breath. So I'll show you how it works. Like I said, I go 10 one way, 10 the other, then I'll go 5 one way, 5 the other, and that's it. And that's it. Clean as brass. Fast as heck. Can't believe how fast. Process is just incredibly fast. I've heard some people say that they actually like the little film that the media leaves on it, and it acts like lubricant, but You know, personally, if I can do it, I can do without it, put it that way. I'd rather not have it. But I usually rub my stuff on a little rag or something later on, just to get the stuff off, because like I said, personally, I don't want it. But it looks really, really clean. I mean, you could literally pick up any piece of brass and turn it over, and there'll be no media in it. I mean, from anywhere. Just randomly grab, you know, 3, 4, 5 pieces of brass, even from the very, very bottom, doesn't matter. Turn them around, and there will be, like, literally no media on it at all. Super, super clean. Anyway, so this is the brass cleaning. The case right here I got from, who did I get it from? Brian Enos. BrianEnos.com. So, support them. He's a really well-known shooter. Fantastic forum also. I think I paid like maybe 70 bucks for this, somewhere around the line, I don't know, something like that. But super, super well worth it. I mean, the time saving is just incredible. If you guys do this stuff by hand, you'll know what I'm talking about. I'm just going to talk about the corn media also. See if you can physically see this. It's very fine, it's very coarse, or excuse me, the walnut media I mean. Very fine, very coarse, and it works great. I love it. I swear by this stuff. And like I said, it's a lot harder than the corn media, so it's going to last longer. It's going to be a little bit more abrasive, but it pours out like it's like water, and it just is really nice. You won't find any on any within the primer pockets or anything. So, okay, so that's my how I clean the lube using the Lyman Pro Magnum vibratory tumbler, and this is how I actually separate the media from the cases using the Dillon media case separator. This is actually the large one. Once again, there's 750 pieces of brass here, so you can see. I mean, this comfortably holds it all and more. And if I were to do like 1,000, even probably 12, 1,300, I'm sure it could probably hold it in there too, and clean it as good. So excellent, excellent pieces of equipment. One of the things that I learned a long time ago, military also, take care of your equipment and your equipment will take care of you. So always buy a little bit more than what you need, and pay a little bit more. Don't be stingy on equipment, and you'll be better off in the long run. Okay, so I guess the next step is going to be to swage it. These are all brand new, just purchased Once Fire LC brass. So it's going to have a crimp on it. So right now if I try to load a primer into it, the primer will not fit. So we're going to swage it, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. And that's it. So I guess I'll see you in front of my TV and my little Homie Don't You Know Me jerry rig that I have set up for swaging. And I'll explain a little bit more. We're almost done. Stay with me. See you in a few.